Organization is the management process by which the work is divided among units and employed, and then these units and jobs are linked together to form a unified system. Hello students, today we are going to study the departmentation, which means dividing the organization into various departments, divisions or section. I had already made video on organization, its nature and the process of organization. So let's start with the departmentation. Departmentation is also known as departmentalization. It is the process of dividing organization into departments, divisions or section. Thus, a department or division is the subunit of the organization. It takes place at every level in the organization. Why? Because it is important to introduce the principle of specialization, to fix the responsibilities, to train and develop the managers, to facilitate appraisal of the managers, to provide functional freedom called autonomy, and to ensure efficiency in the administration. So these are the important reasons why organization should have departmentation. Now let's start with the different type of departmentation. Functional departmentation. Departmentation can be done on the basis of product, on the basis of territory or the geographical area, or the customer wise means type of customer, on the basis of process or equipments, and the last one is the combined or the composite form of departmentation. No organization should have a pure functional or product or territorial departmentation. Most of the organizations have combined or composite form of departmentation. So let's study one by one all the types of departmentation. So the first important departmentation is the functional, means the departmentation which is done on the basis of primary function of the enterprises. So here departments are formed on the basis of primary functions like production, marketing, finance, personnel and so on. But the number of departments will depend on two important points, that is the size of the establishment and the nature of the work. So these are the important factors on which the number of departments are made in any organization. So here you can look in the picture that there is a chief executive and there are 6 departments like production, purchase, sales, marketing, finance, personnel, research and development. So these department varies from one organization to another organization. Functional departmentation is most suitable for the small and medium-sized companies and where the product are limited, means few product are produced, and the environment, whether it is internal environment or the external environment, that environment should be stable enough. So these are the important points for the functional departmentation. Now we will study the advantage and disadvantage. Functional departmentation is very simple, natural and a logical way of grouping the activity. It helps in promoting the specialization among the workers. It facilitates the coordination both within the functions and at the departmental level, means between two departments and within the department. It helps in generating high degree of centralization. Now let's talk about the disadvantage. So first of all, it leads to the internal frictions among the various departments because each department head will think about his department only. So it may adversely affect the other department. There is a very less scope for the training and development. Why? Because there is a specialization, and this departmentation is mainly emphasizing on specialization. So employees fail to develop the balanced attitude towards the job as a whole. It leads to the excessive centralization and leads to the delay in the decision making. And the last point is, it is unsuitable for those organizations which give more emphasis to the products in comparison to the functions. So this is all about the functional departmentation. Now let's talk about product departmentation. Means the departmentation or the grouping of activities in the organization is done on the basis of products, which is very popular among the large organizations. So the departmentation is done on the basis of the product. You can see in the chart there is one chief executive and then there are 4 different departments. Television division of the department, radio and transistor department, computer division department, agro dairy department. So here the departments are made on the basis of the product. So the first department is for the television, second is for the radio and the transistors, third is for the computer, and fourth department is totally different, that is agro dairy. So this departmentation is also known as multi-product departmentation, and it is suitable for only those organizations which are engaged in producing different products. So the all activities related to one type of product are put together under one department under the direction of one production manager, one marketing manager, one finance manager. So these departments are done on the basis of product. Now, what are the various advantage and disadvantage? So the main advantage of product departmentation is each product line can be given more attention. Means you can give proper attention to each product. There is a responsibility for each product that can be easily fixed. You can better ensure the customer services, and you can easily determine the unprofitable product line, and you can eliminate or stop that product because it will lead to the losses. It helps in solving the coordination problems of the functional department. It makes the control effective. It assists in the development of all-round managerial talent. And it is flexible. Why? Because as and when you will start the new product, you will add the new department. So it is not going to disturb the existing department. But there are certain disadvantages, like the cost of the operation is very high because duplication of the services, facilities and activities in different departments. It leads to the problem of control and coordination. And for the customer it is very difficult because customer used to contact the dealers of the organization, and the salesmen belongs to the different department, so they are not going to respond the customers of the other department. So customer get confused that whom to talk. And the last one is, it may cause difficulty in apportioning general expenses incurred by the enterprises as a whole. So these are the certain disadvantages. Now the next one is geographical departmentation. It means you are dividing the departments on the basis of geographical territory of the business activities. It is said to be the departmentation by geographical territory or location. So this departmentation is important where the organization activities are spread over large area and the products are few. You can see in the chart there is one chief executive and there are 4 zones. Manager North Zone, Manager South Zone, East Zone, West Zone. You can make it 5 or you can make this departmentation on the basis of the spread of the activities. So the 5th one can be the Central India or the Central Zone. Okay, so it depends on the spread of the activities all around the nation, or it can be international. So all activities related to particular area or zone are grouped together under one zonal head or zonal manager. Now, there are certain advantage and disadvantage. First of all, we will discuss advantage. The most important advantage of this departmentation is that it permits to pay full attention to the local customers, as organization is able to depict the needs, wants and desire of the local customer, and this is going to increase the goodwill of the organization. It also helps in providing better services to the customer. It helps in effective control. It also facilitates effective coordination of the activities within that particular local area. It helps in the development of the all-round managerial talent, because the manager has so many aspects or so many areas where he or she can work and improve himself or herself. So it provides the opportunity to adapt and respond to the local needs. Now we will talk about the disadvantage. The most important disadvantage is it is uneconomical. Why? Because of the duplication of the physical facilities. It also creates the problem of integration and coordination. It is the expensive method, and the coordination among the various territorial division becomes very difficult. And the last one is the competition among the geographical departments may harm the overall organization goal. So this type of departmentation is suitable for those organizations where there are few product lines, large geographical activities, and every activities are non-interdependent. Now the next one is customer departmentation, means departmentation on the basis of types of customer. So the group of the customer, or we can say the type of the customer. So it is the departmentation which is done on the basis of customer or on the basis of market. Here you can see the chart that there are 4 departments. First department will handle the foreign customer, second department will handle the domestic customer, third will handle the wholesale customer, and the fourth will handle the retail customer. So here the departmentation is done on the basis of different types of customers, and such departmentation is suitable for those organizations which will produce or who are engaged in producing wide varieties of goods and services. Here the customer satisfaction is very important. So customer departmentation is used in those organizations where the customer satisfaction plays an important role, and the organization want to cater the different needs of each customer group, because here the need of the different customers are different. So organization will try to develop such products which is going to fulfill the desires and need of the each customer group. So there are certain disadvantage and advantage. If we'll talk about the advantage, then it will give proper attention to the customer. Hence, the goodwill of the organization can be increased easily. It also permits to understand the peculiar needs of each customer group. It tends to satisfy every customer group, which in turn increases the goodwill and provides the benefit of specialization. Now, the disadvantages. The most important disadvantages, again, it leads to the conflict in the organization. It is difficult to coordinate different customer departments. It leads to the duplication of the activities, underutilization of the resources, and there is an increase in the cost of operation. So high cost. So these are the certain advantages and disadvantages. Now the next one is process or equipment based departmentation. Means here the departmentation will take place on the basis of different processes that are adopted by the organization to enable continuous flow of the production. So whenever the departmentation is based on the processes or equipments, then it is called departmentation by the process or equipments. For example, a composite cotton textile manufacturing company may departmentalize on the basis of processes like ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, printing, finishing, and lot more. Here you can see in the chart, here I had divided the departments into 4, that is spinning, weaving, dyeing and printing, and the last one is packaging department. So it depends on the organization, activities, nature, that how many departments are required. It can be 4, it can be 5, it can be 2, it can be 3 depending upon the nature of the product. Such departmentation is beneficial or suitable for those organizations which are engaged in the manufacturing activities and in assembling the products. Here the work is carried on the machines and these machines are common. So departments may be created on the basis of equipment such as milling department, grinding department, lathe department, etc. So this departmentation is done on the basis of either on the equipments or on the basis of the process. Now let's talk about the advantage. It permits the economy of operation. Why? Because there is no duplication of facilities. It facilitates sequential arrangement of the process. Therefore, it increases the efficiency of operation. It provides the benefit of specialization. It provides the ground for training and development of the employees. It helps in fixing the responsibility at each step of the production. Now, there are certain disadvantages also. There is a coordination problem and it is very difficult to measure the performance of the each process department because there is a need to measure the performance of each individual, and here it is difficult. Profits can be properly and accurately calculated when the finished products are sold. Until and unless finished product is not sold, no profits can be calculated. And the last one is it forgot overall organization goal. Now, the next one is combined or composite departmentation. It is very easier for the smaller organization to choose any one type of departmentation, but for a medium and large organization, it is very difficult to adopt only one type of departmentation because there are a lot of activities, there are a lot of processes, there are a lot of different type of customers, and there are different geographical markets. So it is difficult for the large organization to adopt any one type of departmentation. So in practice, it may not be advisable to create department on the basis of any one of the above mentioned method. So enterprise should always combine 2 or more methods of departmentation to make best use of all the advantage of the every type of departmentation. So such method is known as combined or composite method of departmentation. Here you can see in the chart that departmentation is done on the different bases like functional, then on the basis of product, then on the basis of customers, and then on the basis of geographical area. So this organization has different type of departmentation. So we can say the combination or the composite departmentation is formed in order to reap the benefit of all the bases mixed in the combination. So this is all about the departmentation of the organization. If you want to study about the organization, its nature, then you can see the video. I will post the link in the description box, or you can press the I button also. Thank you so much for today. Have a nice day.